This guy is Leo Moves. And we both think what he does is pretty inspiring. Supposedly, moving your body in this way has a whole range of health and wellness benefits, like improved flexibility, strength, and resistance to injury, all of which we'll get more into later in this video. So we're gonna try it out for the next 30 days, doing a series of different workout flexibility routines each morning. But to really measure how impactful this type of training is, we're going to attempt the hardest routine that we can find to compare our current level to day 30. Let's have a look. My God.
That's going to be hard.
I don't think this is going to be very easy, Al. Oh, there is no way I'm doing that. Push up, and then he's going like that. Fuck. And then back to push up. Yeah, and then. Nice. That's not too bad. And then. Yeah, nice. How the hell? It starts like this. Like that? Yeah, yeah. Onto the other leg? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This one we should be able to get. Jump. One hand. No, just left. Just right hand. Right hand. Yeah, and then. Oh, I forgot the wrong leg. That's right, no? Okay. That was tough. I think that was way harder than it looks on video. Yeah. So I'm very impressed with him. I'm excited to try and train as hard as I can over the next 30 days. See what happens. This sort of animal movement style mobility training is all about using natural fluid movements. It's a fun and dynamic approach to improving flexibility, strength and mobility by mimicking movements like crawling, squatting and jumping. Not only does it help increase body awareness and coordination, but it also engages muscles in a way that traditional exercises might not, which we think could make it a great fitness routine. For the first few days of our mobility training, we decided to follow along to some of Leo Moves' YouTube tutorials. These were typically 10 to 15 minute routines, which would usually target a pretty full body range of motion. Day 2 done. I feel mostly just tired, a bit sore. Oh, I feel like some of those movements definitely I noticed more than others. It felt like they were really sort of stretching me a bit and working on like a range of motion that I don't currently have. Yeah. And after a couple more days of training, we did switch that up a little bit, hey? Yeah. We just feel some of Leo Moves' workouts, they're not pushing us hard enough. Exactly. Yeah, we're just trying to mix it up a bit and make it slightly more challenging based on some of day 1's routines that we attempted. We'll follow his guidelines, and then if we need to, we'll just tweak them a bit to like feel like we're really pushing ourselves. Because obviously the goal is that we get the most amount of progress possible in only 30 days. So we smashed out the next few days together, trying to work on the exercises that challenged us the most. Before Alex went and left for travelling on day 10. I think this is where the first big lesson of this challenge became clear to us. As soon as you left, I sort of struggled quite a bit because I didn't have that second person there to sort of help motivate me. Getting it done each day by ourselves was going to be a little bit more challenging.
I've been snowboarding separate to Laurie, and so I get back super tired. Makes it very hard to just get up and do the exercise at the end of the day.
I think what kept us going and helped me get through that second week low period was that we really were on a time frame. As we approached midway through the challenge, having the deadline of day 30 with only 2 weeks left to show if we made any real progress definitely helped to kick us into gear.
I was just trying one of Leo Moves' step workouts on Instagram. Just as it got harder and harder, I found that it was actually more my flexibility that was stopping me from going further. I think I gotta really work on my stretches, especially lower back. So I might add that in before training every day.
Coming into the last 10 days of training, we both wanted to make sure that these training sessions were as efficient as possible. So, thinking about what had been most effective for us over the past 20 days, we decided to split our training up into 3 key components. We started each session, like Alex had suggested, with some full body stretching. I like trying to warm up my wrists for these exercises because it feels like it puts quite a bit of strain on them. Typically before starting this challenge, I never really warmed up my wrists before a workout. So I do these sort of exercises, which I find pretty good. And then also opening up my hips and my ankles, even doing sort of walks like this. Moving a lot on your ankles like that really loosens them and warms them up. Then for the second 2 components of that day, there's sort of 2 main areas that I want to focus on, the strength and the mobility. And the strength component, I'm going to adapt my usual gym workouts to be more full range of motion, sort of full body movements. So for example, if I would usually go to the gym and do a bench press, I would instead do a push-up where I'm like going way past the normal floor level. So I'd put my hands on some boxes and try and go really low so that I sort of open up my shoulder and get more of that full range of motion strength. After the strength component, we would finish each day with a more cardio-based mobility routine, which was typically us following one of the YouTube tutorials that we would find online. 10 different exercises, and each exercise is about 45 seconds, I think. So it doesn't look hard to begin with, but it doesn't take long before I start getting pretty tired. A lot of these online routines, especially the Leo Moves videos, are quite core focused. These sorts of moves, this one I've done a lot over the past 25 days, and I would have never done that before. You know, like even this, putting that under strain, probably building a bit of strength there. And then the twisting motion, obviously for your core, and even just like stability, to be able to sort of balance like that. And I guess it's probably intentional because when you have a strong core, it obviously helps your whole body. And finally, after finishing the mobility workout, that's when we would try to improve the technical skills of this movement training. They were skills that I found very challenging on day 1. I remember like we were falling over and going, how the hell do you do this? But throughout the last, I'd say 1 or 2 weeks of the challenge, I was doing those skills at the end of my sessions and noticing that actually I can do this way better than I could on day 1 already. And finally, after our last few days of training, it was time for day 30 testing. Okay, we're up to day 30.
This is my day 30 testing.
I'm gonna try the routines and see if I can do any of the moves, because I think we were pretty hopeless at most of them on day 1. Okay, so routine 1 was push up to crow push up, and then this thingy, which I find very challenging, but let's try it. So. Yeah. There you go. How did that look? I don't find it that easy, but I feel like that was better than day 1.
Let's go.
And then the next one is this funny elbow turn thing to like the cross handstand. Okay, let's go. What do you think? It's still difficult, but I feel like the elbow twist is much easier, for sure. Still struggle to get into the handstand thingy. Alright, that's the best I can do. Number 3 I find really tricky. And the fourth one goes like this, I think. You can see which ones I've practiced and which ones I haven't, hey? And that's a wrap on the 30 days of mobility training. I don't know if I made as much progress in those sort of skill movement routines that we attempted on day 1 and day 30, but they were quite tricky, and I guess for me it felt like I was progressing more on my overall mobility and strength throughout my body. And I do also feel like I have more full body control when it comes to my workouts. I feel like I'm more coordinated and injury resistant to when I started. So overall, I think we're both happy with the results, but as always, let us know what you think in the comments.